Hi, I'm Sick Boomerang, and you are watching a channel update thing. I am currently reporting to you from my deathbed. Well, not really, but it kind of feels like that. So as of the time that I'm recording this, it's been approaching 4 months since episode 6 came out. And we've released technically 9 side videos since then. So I'm making this video to make sure everybody's up to date with about what's going on with the channel. I make pretty frequent community posts on Twitter or here on Facebook or, oh god. Come check out Crash on Facebook. Go see posts of your crazy uncle screaming into the void. Oh gosh. Alright, I'm gonna try to stay focused. I am gliding on the wings of Nyquil right now. So first up, HCS. That went really well. It was super cool to hang out with the cast and crew and get to meet a lot of fans and people in the Halo community and stuff. That was all awesome. The whole trip was totally worth it, and it was crazy expensive. However, it is much less expensive thanks to you guys who all donated and helped raise around $2,000 in order to help cover the cast and crew's travel expenses, which it would have been so much worse for me financially if you guys hadn't helped. So thank you so much. That being said, the whole trip, by and large still kind of hit my wallet pretty hard. Right at a time, if you've been paying attention to the channel and all the community updates and stuff like that, you know that my PC is kind of on its last legs. I mean, there's a reason this video is at 1080p instead of 4K. Now, I'm not like destitute or anything, but I am just kind of in a hard spot financially, so it's hard for me to pay for a new computer, plus paying off all of the HCS travel related stuff. Plus, I am sitting on a broken camping chair because my last chair broke, and I also have car problems right now. It's just, when it rains, it pours. I'm not trying to trauma dump on any of y'all. I'm just trying to give you guys, the lowdown of what's going on. I'm going to be trying to pick up more shifts at my actual jobs, so that way I can save up more money to get a new PC, something that's beefier and that I can kind of grow with the channel. Anything's better than this piece of crap I've been working with for 7 years already. I mentioned earlier we've made 9 side videos, and the reason for that, usually we try to keep side videos limited, but I knew that episode 7 was going to take a while, so I decided to invest a lot more energy into getting side content out to keep y'all entertained and let y'all know that I am not dead. I'm kind of on the fence whether or not I want to keep doing side content until 7, because we have Easy Does It After Dark 2, we have a bunch of other detours we have ideas for, but we're trying to think, do we want to release these videos after episode 7 or before? Because if we choose to release them after, then it's going to be a little bit where there's not much on this channel for just a little bit. But before, you'll occasionally have more Crash uploads up until then. I put it to a poll recently, but that was kind of all over the place, so please, if you have a strong opinion as to whether or not we should release side content now, or, leading up to episode 7 and just kind of keep that train going, or just wait until after 7. Either way, it's not going to be a huge distraction from 7. It really wouldn't take too much time away from it, because 7 is a beast of an episode for a number of reasons. But if you do have feelings about that one way or the other, please let me know in the comments. I read all of them, so it's going to be super helpful and very insightful for me to kind of see what people are thinking. It's also no secret we're working on animation for this next episode. We had animation at the end of episode 6, and we kind of want to keep the animation fairly limited for very key moments, nothing too crazy. But we are working with Chris of the Dead, who worked on Red vs. Blue Season 12's animation, and who is a good friend of mine now. He's super awesome, and he's been doing some amazing work for us. Apart from that, we also have the amazing mod team, which is Vendrel Vadam, Spartan277, Enash, and Echo482. And they have done some really wonderful work for us that you're going to be able to see in episode 7 and onwards, and I cannot underestimate how much I appreciate the help that they've been to the whole show. Another thing about episode 7 is that there's a lot of moving parts. We got some really cool little cameos in there from Miles Luna, Mike Burnfire, General Heed. We got some pretty cool people on board who are just throwing in their voice for a couple lines. Not to mention, despite the fact that there's been a lot of production delays, there's still a lot of stuff going on in the background behind the scenes that I can't really talk about right now, but I'm super excited and I hope I get the chance to share with you guys publicly soon. So just know, I've been trying to make the most of this time, even though we can't really do too much at the moment. There's a ton of little reasons that episode 7's taking so long, and I feel like I'd be here for an hour and I'd have to really overshare in order to kind of lay out every little thing. It's just kind of a bunch of little things all piling up. I've kind of laid them out here where, we've got technical issues, we got some financial issues, we got some health issues, and none of it is deal breaking. Crash isn't going anywhere. It's just going to take a little bit longer. That being said, I want to say thank you to everyone who donates to the Patreon. I mean, that has helped me make rent. It has been a huge, huge blessing. And I am so, so grateful for everybody who can spare every single dollar that they can to help the channel get back on its feet and to just keep going and make this more of a job. As the channel expands, it's going to be invaluable, the help that the Patreon offers to us. I'm also working on trying to set up the merch store again. Some of y'all know we had some problems with that. Nothing huge. Like I said, like all the problems we've been dealing with the show, none of them are like huge problems. It's just kind of, time-consuming issues. I had to delay the Starfield video indefinitely and the Alan Wake 2 video that I was working on just because Crash is such a time sink. I think once we kind of grow the channel more and I have a bit more time to myself to work on things and more of the work on Crash is delegated out, I'll have more time to upload videos. Though if I actually upload these Alan Wake and the Starfield video and whatnot onto the main channel or into the second channel, I don't know. I'll have to decide that later on when we get there. We got some really cool things down the pipeline, and I'm really excited to share it with you all. And I'm really sorry that episode 7's taking so long. It kills me, because I really want to get a good rhythm with the show and get it out at a pretty good basis. But, I mean, when it rains, it pours, and sometimes things just happen. We also just recently hit a really big milestone for me. We hit 19,000 subscribers on YouTube, and that is massive. That is so awesome. I am so, so grateful for every single one of you. We also just passed over 200,000 views on Crash Episode 1, and that is an insane, insane milestone for me, and I am so, so grateful, and so are all of us who work on the show. Now, the algorithm really picked up Episode 1 and pushed it out to a lot of people, but all the growth that we've seen since then has been much more slower, consistent, and I think healthy growth that has spread mostly through word of mouth. And so if you really like the show and you want to see the channel grow, people always say like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all that stuff, and comments. I also love reading comments, so please leave comments. I love reading them. But to me, I think the most important thing that you can do as a viewer if you want to support us is either through the Patreon or through just recommending the show to people that you know, that you think might like it. Because that has been such a great source of growth for us. We've gotten a lot of new fans for the show. People have messaged me and they're like, well, my friend recommended it to me. Or even some of the creators that I've been able to chat with, their fans recommended it to them. And that's just crazy. That's crazy. But it goes to show the power of word of mouth and how I think it's a really sustainable and healthy way to grow the show. And now I'm not trying to shame other people who chase algorithms and, and all that stuff. That's fine. You can do what you want. It's just, I don't feel like I'm built for big YouTube, like I said. And it means a lot to me that people care so much about the show that they're willing to take the time to try to share and spread the word about it. I'll try to keep everyone in the loop on the Twitter and on the YouTube community page. And we also have a website too. We don't really upload a lot of new stuff there, but we do have a website. It's crash.show. So go check that out if you want to see what we've done with that, because that's pretty neat. All right, I kind of have to stop here. I'm starting to deteriorate and feel more and more sick the more I try to talk. So I'm going to cut it off here. There's a million more things I'd like to say. A thank you to all the patrons, to all the friends who've helped with the show, to everybody who's watching, everybody who comments. I read every comment that shows up on the YouTube Studio app, and I really appreciate it. And I read all the emails. It's a huge blessing, and I am so, so grateful for every single second of it. Y'all are not getting me at full capacity right now. I'm operating on 25% efficiency. Nevertheless, thank you all for watching. I hope to see you when episode 7 drops, and I'll keep you all up to date. But thank you so much for supporting the show through Patreon, through comments that I read all of them, or the emails or messages or whatever. All of it means so much to me. I can't tell you how much of a dream come true this show is, and all of you watching are making it possible, and I could never be sufficiently grateful for it. So thank you, and I hope to see you soon.